Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the last type Master Trainer, the Dragon type Master Trainer, who's located in the Celestic Ruins. So, this person uses a Garchomp, and knows the moves Outrage and Earthquake. So, I'm using Latias because I wanted to change it up a bit. I mean, Giratina was my first choice, but I also wanted to try out the Soldew, which is what Latias is holding. Originally, I was going to use Altaria, yes, you heard me, since it's immune to Outrage. But after looking at its offense, I decided that Altaria is not going to cut it, so Latias it is. Another dragon I would recommend is Salamence, since Intimidate will soften up Garchomp a little. Alright, good, Garchomp goes down one hit. The power of the Soldew. And my prize is the Draco Plate, which you can find in Eternal City in the original games, which I think is pretty fitting. Alright, what does this one say? The rightful bearer of a plate draws from the plate it holds. Did I see that already? I don't remember. Alright, I'm done here. Next up, Hearthome City. Oh yeah, there's one other thing you have to do in addition to collecting the Arceus plates. You have to complete the Pokédex as well, meaning capture everything in the game, which this person will tell you momentarily. Yes, I have all 16 plates with me. It wasn't easy, I can tell you that much. Okay, now she's going to tell you what I just told you. If you want to see Arceus, then you have to complete the Pokédex, which I already did. Yes, I've captured and evolved every single Pokemon in the game. It should be worthy of a diploma. Yes, there's someone at Valor Lakefront who's going to give me a diploma for completing the Pokédex. But I'm not going to do that quite yet. I'll do that later. Well, do I have a surprise for you? Yes, I completed the Pokédex, and let me tell you, it was a lot harder than collecting the plates. That's for certain. So, with all the plates with me and the Pokédex completed, she's going to give me my prize, the Azure Flute. So what this does is, if I go to Spirit Pillar and step on a certain spot, I play the Azure Flute, and then only then will I fight Arceus. But I'm not going to do that quite yet, because it's time. It's time to take on that 24 Battle Gauntlet match over at the Battleground. But first, I have to make my way to the survival area. So allow me to explain what this challenge is all about in case you didn't get it the first time. I'm taking on 24 boss battles in a row, consisting of battles against gym leaders, rivals, Team Galactic Commanders, Cyrus, the Elite Four, and Cynthia. As for healing, that only happens after every 3 battles you do, so hopefully you don't get hurt too much. Okay, I'm going to put Palkia in the lead because the majority of my opponent's lead Pokemon is something that Palkia can handle. Oh yes, and if you complete this gauntlet match, you get the grand prize of a Master Ball. Alright, let's do this. Enjoy the music.